Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back. I know it's been a few weeks. Things are just super busy and obviously with the holidays coming up, Christmas is this weekend. It's just been a very hectic month and I very much wanted to upload way more than I did. I think I uploaded at the beginning of the month and then I could not do it. If you're wondering where I am today, I just got done IV fluids. I am a little shaky right now because I'm freezing cold, so I have the heat pumping in my car. But I'm about to head home. It is raining outside. I'm hoping it's not slippery because it's not super warm. I mean, the temperature did go up about 10 degrees while I was in the fluid, so I think we're good, but yeah, kind of getting a weird little bit of weather here with the cold and the rain. Hopefully there's no ice. But anyways, obviously I have so much I want to update you guys on. It's been a little bit difficult because I feel like my most free day is the day that I get fluids, and afterwards I kind of feel a little blah, but they did lower the amount that I get now, so I think that helps in making me feel a bit better afterwards. And I had a lovely infusion today. I'll have to show you. A few infusions ago I brought a book with me and I wound up knocking that book out in one day. So now I'm bringing books with me to read, and this is what I'm currently reading, although I'm like a decent amount of the way through it and I haven't been pulled in yet, so I'm gonna finish it. I'll finish it, but I'm hoping it picks up. Anyways, let's get home and I will update you there. All right, guys, are you leaning the chair back on me?
Oh, punted the heater.
Do you have something to say about that, Holly?
I thought this was going to be a simple hello, but the whole
crew was coming in. Yeah. So I ate lunch and now I'm sitting in my chair and I feel like I may fall asleep soon. I may read, so we'll see what happens. But I wanted to get Zach in here to say happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Because this weekend's a big one for a lot of people, and I know Hanukkah's been going on for like, when, I forget the first day. I think it was like the 19th. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's been a busy time. Look at our beautiful, not decorated tree.
Work in progress.
It's the 22nd. We still have 3 days.
We do. We'll be good.
But anyways, he's going to make some tea, but I figured I'd get him in here to say hello. And now.
Hi there, doggos.
Oh, you're knocking my chair over.
That's all the dogs.
They're all pushing behind. Hi, Wally. Okay, I'll come back to you shortly. Alright, it is just me, and I'm definitely feeling sleepy. I want to read my book. I want to keep reading it, but I have a feeling that I may fall asleep right here very soon. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on. I have so much to fill you in on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it all in one video. But I do want to update you guys on my dad. He is doing incredible. Like, amazing. I don't think we realized how sick he felt. And then he got the surgery done and now he feels like all these different symptoms going away. So that's pretty cool. And I think that his nursing visits and all that have kind of, either he's getting them very infrequently or not at all. I haven't talked to him in a couple days, so I'll have to see what's going on there. But he's been cleared to drive. That's honestly what took up a lot of time, was going out there and helping him with either appointments or just going to the grocery store. Didn't do it that often, but took a lot of energy out of me and a lot of time out of the day, and kind of the day was shot whenever we did that. So I didn't really expect to have that, be going on this December. But yeah, I took him to his cardiology appointment last week with his surgeon, and I wasn't in the room with him. I was in the waiting room because I was preparing for a meeting. So I was like going over notes and stuff. But I heard the surgeon walk in and be like, "Oh my God, look at you," because my dad was standing. And I am hoping that he can actually come with us to my brother's house, or my brother's and my sister-in-law's family's house, for Christmas. So we'll have to see if he's up to it. He might not be, but I have a couple of gifts for him. And then he got something for my nephew, because my nephew is old enough that he's starting, well, I don't know if he's really recognizing Christmas, but I think he gets like toys and stuff, like, oh, it's a pretty cool toy. So he's very excited to see how my nephew reacts to it. Actually, I had it ordered to my house and I wrapped it for him, so it's the big gift in the corner there. It's a little, it's kind of like a little toddler quad, but yeah. We also, like I said, we had a friend come to visit this past weekend. We've had friends kind of coming through pretty often. It's been a really busy month, so much so that we didn't really do any holiday activities like we've done in the past. And I just haven't had time to film anything, so I know that in the past I've done Vlogmas. I just couldn't this year. I just could not. I was hoping to do a couple of Christmassy vlogs, but like I said, we didn't do anything. We didn't do any exciting activities, and honestly, I just talked to Zach and I was like, maybe we could decorate the tree tonight and film a little bit of that. We were even talking last night, like, are we going to decorate this tree, or are we just going to leave it as it is? Because I put the lights on it. I put the tree up and I put the lights on it end of November because I was worried that it would get crazy in December, and I was right. So it is what it is. But yeah, as for my health, there are good days and there are bad days. I feel bad. I just got a message I have to respond to from the nurse in my GI's office asking how I was doing, and I'm so fearful to be like, well, I'm good, like my ostomy output is slowed, because as soon as I think that it's slowing, it picks up, and I find myself really like relying on the fluids. So I'm afraid to say that I have good days and have them cancel the fluids when they seem to be helping a lot. I don't know. I had a really bad episode of acid reflux this weekend that happened. Did I say this already? Sorry, this is what the fluids does to me. I'm trying to remember what I've told you. I had a bad episode of acid reflux in the middle of the night, so I wasn't even awake for it. I just knew when I woke up that acid must have gone up my esophagus, because I felt really horrible and had a terrible stomach ache the day that my dad had his surgeon follow-up, and it lasts for a few days when that happens. So I wound up going to the pharmacy and getting some Mylanta, which always helps, and just really eating bland food, although we had our friend visiting, so I pushed the limits a little too much and wound up feeling sick. It was just, yeah, it's a hard balance, guys. And I didn't realize this, so last night in the middle of the night, I shared on Instagram, which is where I've been keeping up to date probably the most, but I updated in the middle of the night because sometimes I wake up with like hunger nausea. I don't know if I'm really, really hungry or if I'm about to throw up. So I had that same feeling in the middle of the night last night, got up, went downstairs, made myself some oatmeal, and, it helped the problem a little bit. But I shared it on Instagram, and so many people were like, yes, I have that exact same feeling. So glad I'm not alone in it. Although I stayed down here, I just tried to nap on the couch because I was going to get up in a few hours anyway, and I didn't want to go back upstairs and wake Zach up. So yeah, I couldn't sleep very well on the couch. I had Dixie with me, and she was kind of trying to sleep on my legs. It was, I don't know. So that's kind of what's been going on, but I am really tired. I apologize. There is something else I want to share in this video, but I will probably do that after we decorate the tree, or maybe even tomorrow morning, and then I'll edit this and upload it. But I want to share with you my MRI results, because I did get those back. I know I had the MRI at the end of November. Oh my gosh, it's almost the end of December. I seriously don't understand where the time is going. I'm telling you, as exciting as the holiday season is and all of that, I really look forward to January, February time now, because it's just quiet. I think people need that quiet so much, and I know a lot of people deal with seasonal depression. I feel like I blossom the most during that time period because I'm planning so much, and I feel like I'm the most creative then because I don't feel the stress of the outside world on me. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to January 1st. It's going to be great. But anyways, all right. I'm going to rest my eyes. I may film this evening if we decide to decorate the tree. We probably will not go crazy because I just keep thinking about how we're going to have to undo it in a couple weeks or like a week. So we'll see. And then I will tell you about the MRI results that I got. I triple dog dare you to decorate the Christmas tree.
We're going a little behind schedule. But
yeah, we're going to do a very, very small amount with the ornaments that I found last year at Goodwill.
Antiquing.
That's
We're not
all.
antiquing.
Yeah, it was Goodwill. I wouldn't count that as really antiquing, but we're going to decorate barely at all. Plus, we have so many presents under the tree for my
everybody,
nephew and niece and their cousins. So, yeah, there's a lot under the tree. We might not be able to reach.
I'll stand in the back,
and I'll hand you.
You pass me, and then you'll stand up front.
Okay, I'll hand you ornaments.
Game plan. We got it.
There we go.
You just gotta stand right
there. Challenging to get back here.
Bruno came trampling in and totally.
I was wondering why I heard that earlier.
Yeah, I was like, "Watch where you're walking, buddy." Yeah.
So we can do about 12 this side, 12 that side, the rest the front. What?
What is that?
What the heck?
And then we have an extra like top.
I think one was missing. I would hold on to it.
That's what you get when you buy it from Goodwill. That's okay. Beautiful. All right, let's call it a day.
Keep on passing them.
Beautiful. Ah.
Matches the shirt.
It's trying to focus on my face, so I gotta go in front of my face. There we go.
Matches the shirt.
It does.
You can't really put any low ornaments because of the gifts either.
Yeah, I know. This living room was not meant for this many Christmas gifts. To be anything shiny. Dang it, I just took it off.
Those other two should go in the front. They're the prettiest.
Okay.
Prettiest. These plastic hooks are weird.
So I've basically been asleep since
You did your fluids today.
I know.
That is,
I don't know why it just takes it out of me.
I would say draining, but it's actually hydrating.
It like drains you the day, I guess, because your body's processing it, and then afterwards I feel a lot better.
Like a little ballerina.
Should I move the camera so I can actually see?
Nah, no one wants to see me.
Oh, I forget, because I got the wide angle going on. I'll tell you what, a couple years ago when we did this, my camera was so bad. It was
Really?
just because I had like a cheapo wide angle like filter thing, and it just made the outer edges of everything look super blurry. But it was a good fix, like temporary.
It looks beautiful.
It does.
We did one nipple.
It was awesome. All right, guys.
Short-lived, short, sweet, simple. I like it.
We tried. We tried our best.
Until next year.
So I'm going to catch up with you tomorrow. I think you guys can tell that I'm still pretty like blah and tired. Ooh, there's a hook on the floor. But I want to share with you the MRI results that I got because I feel like you'd find that interesting. And could you be any louder? So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I am excited. I have to show you something. It's so bright! Ah! Look at that! It's snowing. Yay! This makes me so happy. Ah. I know, it's very, very bright. Oh, it's cold though. I'm going back inside, but I just had to show you that. We have to run to the post office really quick, so I will update you once we are back, but I wanted to catch the snow in case it doesn't last. All right, guys, we are back from running our errands. I actually had to mail a couple of Christmas presents, and yes, it is December 23rd, so if there is a organization for procrastinators, I should be joining it very shortly. But anyways, I wanted to tell you about the MRI results because there was something interesting on there that I don't know if I was really aware of it. I knew that there was something off with my right kidney, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And then I feel like this MRI kind of cleared it up for me. Plus a couple of other things. But first and foremost, clear of IBD, which is obviously fantastic. And it made me laugh a little bit because when I was reading the message from my new GI doctor, it said, "You're healthy, you're all good to go, we're great." And then you read in further at my other systems, and there's definitely some off things that I don't know if I should get addressed or not, but I'll tell you about them. So I've got my big blanket on me because it's freezing cold. It was not like this in the middle of the night. The temperature was raising overnight. It was almost 60 degrees here, and there was like a spring breeze, and now it's, I think, less than 20 degrees. So it dropped. That's why we suddenly got the snow, and there's all these ice warnings because we had rain all night. So yeah, it's been an interesting day. Started snowing really hard right before we went out, and there's a small amount of snow on the ground. I don't know if I'd consider this a white Christmas, but it's there. You can see it. Well, you guys saw. I showed you the snow when it was happening. Anyways, let me get into the MRI results. I will pull them up. So two interesting things. The first one being the kidney, and the second one being my uterus. My GI system, like liver, intestines, all that, looks super great. Gallbladder looks good. But my kidneys, so if you have been following for a little bit now, I had kidney surgery back in 2020, I believe it was. The surgery I had done was called pyeloplasty. They removed part of my right ureter between my kidney and my bladder because there was a narrowing, and he had said, my surgeon had said, that there was inflammation around the ureter. I don't know if that's because of the Crohn's disease or because I've had so many abdominal surgeries or what, but that was what happened. So we just decided to remove part of that. It was basically a stricture. It's like the strictures I had in my intestine. So anyways, remove that. It was a pretty intense surgery, more than I thought. I didn't really prep myself mentally for it. And they had to remove a lot of scar tissue from my abdominal cavity, which was super painful. Anyways, recently I started noticing some twinges with my left kidney, and then I started noticing twinges with my right. I have had little tiny twinges of pain here and there with the right kidney, and I kind of always figured it's because it was operated on, and you know, once you're operated on, it doesn't go back to the way it was. It's not going to be normal. So that's just, I've gotten used to that. You might have pain, and as long as it's not severe and long lasting, okay. Which thankfully, both pain on both sides where I'm having the kidney pain, it's not long lasting, it's not severe, it's nothing like the pain that I had in my right kidney before surgery. But this MRI showed, should I read it to you? No hydroureter nephrosis, no suspicious renal mass, which is something they wanted to rule out. That's why they had the CAT scan scheduled, but then they canceled on me saying my insurance wouldn't cover it. Anyway, a focal wedge-shaped amorphous area of T2 hypointensity and restricted diffusion in the posterior right kidney upper pole with volume loss. Yeah, it says likely reflecting chronic renal infarct. So I take that as like a heart attack, like loss of blood flow. I don't know. So I got these results obviously towards the end of November. I still haven't contacted anyone about it because I, on previous MRIs, had seen something similar to this, just without the end part there. They had never stated that. They had said like the volume loss, I think, and restricted diffusion, but you know, I worked as a nurse. I am not an expert in this. So yeah, that is probably why I have some kidney twinges, and I don't know if this, like, if my GI doctor, if he looked at that result and was like, oh, it's fine, doesn't matter, you know, nothing's changing, it's stable, or if he just didn't notice it and he was just looking at the intestinal system. I have no idea. But I think what I'm going to do is reach out to my kidney surgeon and say, listen, CT got canceled because of insurance reasons, but I did get an MRI and here is the results of that. If you want to see that, is that adequate enough for you? There was one other thing about the left side. I'm trying to find it because it's not under the kidney or ureters. It is, oh, it's under vessels. Okay. Retroaortic left renal vein, and I had googled that weeks ago and it had said that there might be pain from it. That's never popped up on an MRI before, so I don't know if that's why lefty was hurting. I have no idea. So I'm going to let the kidney surgeon know. It is December 23rd, so I'm probably not letting them know this week, maybe not even next week. I think I'm stable, but there's that. And then the other thing, which is I believe stable, but still a thing going on, is the adenomyosis that they had found, I believe, a couple of years ago. That is still there. They actually, looks like they measured it, so a stable 3 centimeter by 2 centimeter T2 ill-defined hypointense lesion in the right uterine body, which it looks like a focal thing of adenomyosis. And that is actually something in the new year, as I think about, you know, planning for YouTube, planning for maybe some advocacy things I could talk about, I would really like to delve into adenomyosis and what it means for people. I couldn't tell you if it affects me or not. I do tend to have heavy, long periods. I don't know if it's because of the adenomyosis. I would assume not, because mine is focal and it seems like it's not huge. I don't know. But I have had very few people really be able to tell me what it is. The only doctor that has ever made it seem like he knew what he was talking about when it comes to adenomyosis is the fertility doctor. He was like, oh yeah, like I know what that is. And he asked me questions about it to see if I was having symptoms of it. And yeah, that's the only person I've run into who's really been able to give me a good idea. That being said, I still don't feel completely confident in explaining it. I tried to on a YouTube video and so many people told me I was wrong, so I was like, I'm just trying to say what my gynecologist said, and even their office didn't really seem confident with it. I remember the nurse that took me in said, now, why are you here? And I was like, my MRI showed adenomyosis and I just want to make sure I'm okay. And she goes, oh, I've never heard of that before. Great. Awesome. So I would really like to delve into that, delve into pelvic floor health. Something I have come to realize recently, I think there's still so much space for ostomy advocacy, but there are so many wonderful advocates out there, and it has come so far over the last decade plus. There was nobody online talking about it. There was very little information, very little real person perspective information out there, and now there's so much of it. So I want to focus on things that maybe are talked about a lot less. I think it's needed. I know when I go to Google stuff, I need it. So yeah, I think that's where I want to really push this year. But of course, I'll never stop talking about ostomies because it's been a lifesaver for me, and I know that there are a lot of people still very worried about the surgery, worried about if they're getting a proctocolectomy with it, so there's definitely still room for that. Sorry, my camera cut out because my memory card is full, and I'm currently trying to transfer my other memory card to my computer because that one's full too. I just need to clear them out clearly. Clearly. How many times can I say clearly? Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a lovely weekend if you celebrate anything, or if you're not celebrating anything at all, if you're just celebrating a quiet weekend. I hope it is fantastic for you, and let's see how fast I can edit this video. Let's see if my computer will accept these files because it seems to be having some trouble. Anyways, guys, for those of you who are celebrating this weekend, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys.